If I was just starting out, here is what I would do. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how long it takes to close a wholesale deal. If you are new to my channel, I am the Pretty Girl Investor and I teach all things real estate and how you can make multiple streams of income. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button to support my channel and turn your notifications on to be the first one to be notified when I drop another video. If you are a newbie investor just getting started wholesaling real estate or just need a little bit more guidance, then this video is for you. So let's just say you did all of this planning, you gave yourself a start date, and you get your first deal under contract. Congratulations, because that is step one. You're marketing your deals, you're marketing inside of investor-friendly Facebook groups. You look up and time is up. You're out of time. Your 30 days just flew by and now you have no buyer. What do you do? If you've been looking at other real estate investors' channels, you've ran your numbers, you included the rehab, you did the MAO, seems like you did everything right, so what went wrong? Why aren't you able to sell this deal? In the back of your mind, you're probably wondering, well, I looked at this person's YouTube channel and then they said, if you are not able to find a buyer within 30 days, then your deal is bad. So I need to just go ahead and terminate this contract. Or do you give it another chance and extend the contract? You actually have three options here. You can extend the contract, you can terminate the contract, or you can renegotiate the contract. What I first want you to do is look at your numbers. I want you to go back over your numbers. Here's a major tip for you guys. So if you are unable to sell your deal within 30 days, you need to go back and look at everything that the buyers mentioned of why they are not interested in purchasing your deal. What did they say? Did they say something about the area? Did they say, oh, that's not a good area to invest in? Did they say something about the rehab? Or do you have the property listed too high? Are you asking for too much? Are you trying to make a huge profit that it's not worth it at the end of the day? So you have to take the feedback. Is constructive criticism at the end of the day. You have to take the feedback that your buyers are giving you and you have to include it inside of your formula. You have to go back and you have to look at everything, okay? Are my numbers making sense? A lot of experienced buyers do not need to go to the property to be able to tell what work needs to be done. They can look at your photos, they can look at your videos, and they can tell like, hey, you are underpricing this rehab. This looks like it's going to need X, Y, Z. They're going to tell you everything you need to know, okay? So don't get discouraged when you are unable to sell your deal. You are getting all of the information that you need from your buyer. Also, if you feel like your numbers are right and you have it under contract for a good price, you just need a little bit more time. You need an addendum to purchase agreement to extend that contract. You don't need to send over a full contract for them to sign everything over again. You just need to extend the closing date. That's it. But if you have exhausted all of your options, you have listed it, you have called buyers on PropStream, you have posted this deal, and nobody is biting, you may want to go back and renegotiate the numbers. Is it the numbers? You can get all this information from your buyers. Your buyers will tell you what's wrong. They will tell you like, hey, this is what's wrong with this property. I cannot buy it for $80,000, but I can buy it for $40,000. They will tell you. You need to take the information that they tell you, and then you need to go back and you need to renegotiate with your seller. What I've learned in the 4 years that I've been wholesaling real estate, if I was just starting out, here is what I would do. Step one is to get a seller under contract. Once you get the seller under contract, instead of my closing date being within 30 days, I can close within 30 days. My closing date would be in 60 days. I know that you all might think that is too long, but like I said, if you are just starting out, you are a newbie, 60 days is not a long time. If you cannot get your deal closed in 2 months and 8 weeks, at this point, yes, something is wrong. Within 8 weeks, you need to be able to market your butt off. I mean, market, use all of the marketing strategies that I will give you throughout this video to get your deal closed. I will also give myself a 2-week due diligence period. Since I have 2 months to close, I'm going to give myself 2 weeks for my due diligence period. This is going to give me, it's not really extra time, but it's going to give me an allotted time period to really figure out if I really do have a decent deal or not. Before you even get started wholesaling real estate, you should already have a buyer's list. If you do not have a buyer's list, you just don't even need to start yet. So you need to go ahead and get you a buyer's list first. That is researching buyers in your local Facebook groups. All you have to do is go to the search bar in your local Facebook group and type in @Gmail. And a bunch of Gmails are going to come up for local buyers in that Facebook group. Whatever your desired market is, type in @Gmail and you will see buyers, a bunch of buyers pop up. Create your buyers list off of those email accounts. Put them in a spreadsheet, write them down. You need to have them in a spreadsheet, I prefer, because you're going to want to blast these deals out to your buyers. You're going to want them to get it. You're going to want to email blast it, and you're going to want to SMS blast your deals out to these buyers. Once you've got your buyers list and your seller under contract, and now you're going to market your property. I want to say this first. Be very careful about Facebook Marketplace. You can list your property on Facebook Marketplace. However, a lot of times sellers, they want to have their attorney go over the contract. They want to browse and do more research on you, especially if you do not have your LLC. You do not need it, but I'm just saying, if they're doing their research on you and they come across your Facebook and then they see that you're listing their house on Marketplace, it's just, you get what I'm saying? So just be careful about Facebook Marketplace, listing the property on there. A lot of wholesalers do it, and I'm not saying you can't do it, but just take a little bit of precaution, because you can lose deals that way. You can lose deals to Facebook Marketplace. Trust me. You can also post your deal in local Facebook investor-friendly groups, okay? Tell them that you have a deal you are looking to assign. You're looking for cash buyers only. Give them a little bit of information about the deal, like the location, square footage, bedrooms and bathrooms, the area, but do not give the address in the Facebook group. Do not give the address. If they want the address, you need to tell them to DM you, PM you, inbox you, but they need to message you directly. Second way to market your deals is through PropStream, okay? Sign up for PropStream. PropStream is a must-have for real estate investors. It is a recommended must-have. If you need the PropStream link, I will provide it in the description below, but go ahead and sign up. They do have a 7-day free trial. You can try it out for free. Just make sure you sign up for it, because you will need it. PropStream will allow you to search for buyers. Go ahead and pull you a list of buyers from PropStream, download it, export it to your computer, and then import it into batch skip tracing. Batch skip tracing will allow you to skip trace these buyers to get their contact information so that you can contact them directly to see if they are interested in investing and purchasing another property for their portfolio. You only want to target buyers that are buying in the area of your property or have bought properties in the area of your property. Like, hey, I see you bought this property on Jake Street. I also have another property on Jake Street that you might be looking to add to your portfolio. I can send you over the information if you like. Yes, you can send it over. Here's my email address, and there you go. Number 3, you can also market your properties on social media like Instagram. If you are a well-known Instagram influencer, you do have potential to market and attract big retail buyers as well. They will DM you about the property that you are looking to sell. Number 3 is real estate investor friendly agents. Okay, I said investor friendly because some of them aren't friendly and do not like investors. So if you can find you an investor friendly real estate agent through networking, events, Facebook, whatever the case may be, reach out to them if they are willing to work with investors and they are able to provide you with retail buyers who are looking to buy the property. Most of the time, they don't even need to list the property on the MLS. They just have buyers in their network. Okay, same thing as you. They have their own buyers list as well. I'm going to be honest, I'm giving you guys all of this information for you to have, but when it comes to marketing a wholesale deal and actually getting it closed in enough time, your best bet, if you want to make good profit on your deals, is to find a real estate investor friendly agent. They will get that deal closed for you because they have investor friendly clients. Okay, they work with high retail investor friendly clients who are looking to purchase the property for a little bit more than your local Facebook buyer will. And I'm just being honest. It comes to a point where you don't even need a partner to wholesale real estate. You just need a real estate investor friendly agent. These real estate agents, they get paid commission. So they work hard. They work hard. They are not hourly. They work hard for their money. They want to make their money. Okay. So they work hard for their money. And if you're bringing them leads and you're bringing them deals, why wouldn't they want to make sure that that deal gets closed? They're going to help you close that deal. So you don't even need a partner. You need a real estate investor friendly agent. You do not have to pay this agent in most cases. For instance, you know how you have a virtual assistant, which, you know, that is another topic. But you know how you have virtual assistants and you pay your virtual assistants to call and to find buyers and to do this. You do not have to pay agents in most cases to find you a retail buyer. That's their job. Their job is to get deals closed, and they're going to make sure that they do that. So get you a real estate investor friendly agent. They will make sure that deal gets closed in 60 days. So if you're just getting started, I hope this video was able to ease your mind a little bit about helping you getting more of your deals closed, because I understand how you may be feeling right now. You may be feeling discouraged, frustrated, but honestly, don't worry about that. I'm for real. Do not even worry about that. I'm gonna go back over the steps just very quickly, because some of the things that I've said, I said it just so that you can know and be knowledgeable about it. But if I was to start all over again, this is exactly what I would do. Right after you get a seller under contract, I would go ahead and look for real estate investor friendly agents. Honestly, I would not even list it on Facebook. I wouldn't list it on Marketplace, because once you find that real estate investor friendly agent, that agent is going to do the work on the back end. You're bringing that agent leads. Now, you guys can discuss your split however way you desire. Most agents, they just want their 3%. They want their 3% or their 6%. So if you can promise them and you guys can come to an agreement in terms to where you can promise them their 3 to 6% and then you keep the rest of the money, you can bet it's going to happen every time. It's going to get done. Okay. And then in some cases you have the investor that is wanting the 50-50 split. You know, they bring you the buyer and they want half of what you get. So it just all depends, but it will vary per agent. But don't give up. This is a business, and you're going to have some wins, you're going to have some losses. You're going to lose some deals, you're going to win some deals. But if you wanted to be consistent, you need to build your network with real estate investor friendly agents and cash buyers. Okay, so if you have a buyer's list and real estate investor friendly agents, you honestly don't even need to list the property on Facebook. Facebook buyers gonna low buy you every time, and that's just the truth. Let me know what your biggest struggle is with closing wholesale real estate deals. I really want to know what you guys are struggling with, so I will know how to help you. And if you know a friend that really needs to see this video, then make sure that you share it, like, and hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.